Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a look at Mela 6 by Nikolozi. Are you ready for some modular synth? I am, baby. Let's do it. Let's urge. Well, hello there, and welcome to the show. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And of course, I hope you're doing okay. Welcome to the show. Yes, today we're taking a look at Mela 6. Not officially 6, but it is 6. It's 6 point something, but here we are. Thanks, Leela, for the dump. Woo! It's a very exciting day. I've caught the woos from Leela. What is going on? All right, so say hello to you all. Thomas Christ, who's up after this, immediately after this, doing You Rock. Very exciting. Thomas Christ back live all the time. Excellent stuff. Justin Kasprick in the house. Studio 6+1. Dave Bops is bopping away. Who else do we have as I scroll through the list? Some guy. Hello, Some Guy. I love your music, Some Guy. Who else do we see in the chat as I scroll through? Thomas is slinging links. He said he's going to take a break, but he's still working his ass off. Thanks, Thomas. I love you so much. When's that holiday, Thomas? Can we both go on it together? What do you think? January for me. I'm going on holiday in January. I'm leaving for a week, not a month. I'm going for a week. Tremor Bear, hello, what's happening? Woo, woo, woo. See, I've caught Leela's wool disease. How good is that? Mateusz, what's going on? Nikolozi, hey, you're up. Well done. It's late where you are. Well done. Thank you for joining us. Doug Kidder, hello to you. Who else? So many of you here hanging out with us. That's good to see. And if you're watching on the replay as well, do the things, all the stuff, like, subscribe, all that nonsense that YouTube tell us to do. Platehead is in the house. Good to see you, Platehead. Leela says, Nikolozi, I love your synth. Ooh, it's a love affair. Mainly Leela and Nikolozi synth. All right, let's get to it. Let me tell you a couple of things that are coming up. Yes, indeed, because we've got things coming up that I need to remind you of. Tomorrow on the show, oh my God, it's going to be crazy. You're not going to want to miss it. It is Panda the Torture Clown. He is coming on the show, and my Lord, I don't know what to expect. But what I can tell you is he's got really cool music, right? He's been around the community a long time. Actually used to hang around Metalhead Hippies channel and makes great music. But he's also a performing clown who performs on YouTube, hammering nails into his nose, sticking corkscrews into his nose, sticking goddamn everything he can into his nose. It's going to be wild. It's going to be fun. And you know what? Apart from all the goriness and all of it that is Panda Cat, he's a really beautiful human being. So he's on the show tomorrow hanging out with us, sponsored by DistroKid, of course. And yes, folks, the show isn't up yet, but it will be. Don't worry. I'm finishing the editing and shooting today and all this stuff. Unearthed episode 2 is happening this Friday. It happens each and every week now. This is episode 2, where each week I take a look at 10 of the best songs by artists around the YouTube indie community. And these shows are sponsored by actual iOS developers. How cool is that? To have so many cool developers jump on. And this one is sponsored by Audio Modern. Last week we had Baby Audio. We got Nembrini as sponsors, so if you are a developer out there and you like to get on board and sponsor an episode of Unearthed, it's pretty cheap, let me tell you. It's not a lot of money, but it helps me cover costs for all the copyright claims that I get playing fantastic music that is made by artists in this broad YouTube indie community. It's rad. So that's happening this week on Friday. Also, a new app just dropped by... I haven't got a thumbnail yet, so it all just happened last night, but a brand new app dropped by Drambo last night, which we'll be covering before Unearthed. And of course, we're getting close to Christmas, yes? So the opening hour is going to end up having a Christmas special, Gladys Worthington. But this week we're going to do some karaoke, and there I am at a karaoke bar. Do you know how much that dress cost? A lot of money. Anyway, let's get into it, because this app is pretty full on. Now, I've already covered this app before. I've done several shows on it, but each and every time it comes out, It's been updated and it's changed a little bit. So we're going to go through the basics again today and run through the collections and stuff like that and get you off the ground with using this thing, because a lot of people don't understand modular like me. I suck at modular, but I do my best to learn and all of that stuff. So where can you get this? Well, of course, you can get it on the iOS App Store. It is free to download. $0. All right. Now, it's had multiple iterations. It came out as Mela, and then it went through another iteration, number 1, number 2, and then it became number 4, and it became a free-to-download app. But don't fret, because this isn't one of those apps that you download for free and you just get nothing. You can't do anything with it, right? When you download it, you get 0-day pack. There's pretty much 5 packs, and number 0 has a whole bunch of features to get you off the ground with oscillators and all that kind of stuff, right? The in-app purchases are as follow. Collection 1, 2, 3, and 4 are $19.99 each. Okay, now just to try and make sense of this, collection 1 and 2, they were the parts that came with Mela 4, right? Collection 3 was for Mela 5, and collection 4 is for Mela 6. So collection 0 that you get for free, you get a whole lot of stuff. We'll cover that in a second. So if you already purchased Mela 4, you most likely got, and you've got Mela 5, you most likely got these two in there, right? So, but we'll get to it. So that is the deal. You can go and download it right now and start making really cool stuff. Okie doke. We good? Everyone happy? I made something last night. I did indeed. Here's the project. Look at this thing right here. And you'll notice just off the bat, I've only got 1 instance of Mela in here. 1. Look at it. That's it. And it's doing a whole lot of things that a lot of apps can't do, right? It's actually controlling a whole lot of stuff. So I'm just going to play this, and then I'll explain what's going on with this little patch I've got here. And I'll shut up, won't I? Yes, that would be a good move, Jade. Shut your mouth. Riverbend Sim, hello to you. Let's do this. Let's shut up. Let's play it now. Boom. All right, let's talk about it. So not only is this a synth, right? It's so many synths. It's a modular synth. It's an effects rack. It sends MIDI data. It's a MIDI controller. It's so many things all wrapped up in one. You can use it in so many different ways. It is just ludicrous. Now, I'm going to shut some things up on here. So you'll notice there's these lanes here. I'm just going to click all these, and I can close all of this down to make it look really compact so you can see actually what's going on. Let's do this. Let's come over here. Let's close that. Let's close this. Let's open, close, close, close. We can close all of this stuff, right? So and we can open it all back up so you can see the lanes that are what's happening here. Let's do this. Let's close this. And there they all are, all nice and neat. Everything that's in this little patch that I made last night is all now compacted into this little line here. And this works in multiple lanes. So you can see they're named lane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If I click on 6, it's going to open lane 6. And basically lane 6 here is controlling the hi-hat. It is sending the messages from the Mela out to this baby over here. If I hit solo and hit play, lane 6 is sending those hats. And we can change this straight away to something like, I'm just explaining this patch. So we've just changed those hats here with a little note pulse. Lane 5 is controlling the kicks, and we can change these. Let's just go something like let's controlling the snare actually, sorry. And we can actually change the kicks as well too. Let's come down and go say we'll do a 8th dotted. How cool, right? So just these 3 lanes are controlling all those drums there. It's really wild how you can do this kind of stuff. Let's open some of these other things up here. So we've got lane 1, we've got lane 2, we've got lane 3, and as you open them, they spread out across the entire section. So now that we've got, I'll just unsolo this. We'll mute the drums just so you can hear what's going on here. Whoops. I've actually got scalar sending through chords into Mela here, right? And in our first line, we've got an arpeggiator, we've got an oscillator in each of them. And let me just play these by themselves. So within this one little instance of this app, we're controlling everything pretty much. It's unbelievable how many modules are in here and the things you can do. It's mind-boggling, totally mind-boggling. Let's clear out of this and show you the basics, how to get started and all of that, and where the collections can be found, and so you can get started on this now. Where are you? Mela. Now, also, just to let you know, if we bounce back over here to App Raven, there are older versions of Mela available. As you have a look down at Nikolozi's other apps here, you'll see this is the one we're talking about here. When you look for it on the App Store, it's called Mela AUV3. Look for AUV3 Synth FX MIDI, where it has everything combined into one app. Now, you'll see these are the older versions of Mela that came out. Now, Nikolozi's made these free for you to grab a hold of. This the original old school version. If you want to go and just dick around with this and play around with it, it's absolutely free to go and check out. It's just a Synth and FX old version. We've got a Mela Classic here as well, so you can pay for this one and grab the Mela Classic. Sorry, this is the Synth and FX, this is the Classic, so you can go and mess around. But this is the king, this is the beast, the AUV3 one, just so you know. All right, back over here. Get through as much as I can today because we only have an hour as usual. I'm going to make this full screen. So straight off the bat, this is the project you are delivered when you open this up. Now, this can be used as a standalone. It can be used as a MIDI, send MIDI data. It can be used as an effect. You can load it in an effect slot. It's completely up to you where you want to do these things. But first, obviously, I want to connect a keyboard to this. I don't have to because up in the top corner, you've got a little keyboard down here. If you choose to do so, right? So you've got a little keyboard down there. You can click up here and get rid of that if you like. There is a little help button up here, which gives you all the details getting started with Mela. That's available for you at any time to click on, give you an overview, core concepts, performance view, Mela Classic versus the original, right? So this is just found up in the top corner. But I want to connect my own keyboard to this. So I'm going to tap this here. Now, the first thing you'll see using this in AUM, if you've got 4 MIDI outs and 4 MIDI ins. So inputs and outputs. So you can send this out to multiple instruments. You can have multiple things coming in at like scalar or one of K's bud apps sending chords to this to control certain things. So you've got a lot of control. But for this instance, we're just going to connect my keyboard to number 1, right? So now you can see I've got a keyboard connected. Happy days, and we're all good. Let's talk about presets. You'll find these over in the top corner. There's a little side arrow here. It's giving you the side eye. You just click on this and you'll see in here you've got your user stuff that you save. You also have, comes with patches you can't play until you pay. I hate seeing several shopping has all times free in case it's misleading. Okay. We've got leads in here. We've got leads. Well, obviously, because, you know, you're only getting the basic patches. We'll cover these in a second. Leads. Thanks for the negativity. Bring it on. Awesome stuff. Leads. It's part of the iOS community, isn't it? Leads. So you've got a whole bunch of leads in here. And these are all your presets. So you've got a heap of presets. I've covered these in other demos I've done of this. You've got some keys in here. There you go. Nikolozi says it straight up. In Mela, you don't have to buy any in-app purchases for factory presets to work. Thanks. There's the developer straight from his mouth. I love it. Bass stuff. Bass stuff. So if we close that out here, we've got some pads. Tap on a pad. Professor Boomer, hello to you as well. Pads. Now you'll notice down the side here we've got synth effects, audio effects, and MIDI effects. These are used obviously as effects. So if I load them up right now, you'll get sounds out of them, but you've got like audio effects here. You see when I tap the keys here, we're not getting any kind of sound out of this because this is an audio effect, all right? You need to load this in an audio slot. You've got MIDI effects as well. So obviously, these aren't going to work for just a standard instrument, but this is the versatility of Mela. So these are all your presets. You can search for anything you want to. So if you just hit PO, you're going to get like a poly. So you've got a nice little search engine in there as well. Let's close that. When you tap on this little section here, you can search alphabetically or random in group. You've got this default patch. This is what we have loaded. This is the default patch. Right, there's your default patch. You've got an init patch. This is what you want to do if you want to start fresh, right? So you've got complete, clear, nothing to go on. You're ready to go to start loading your modules up there. Save a preset, save and export, preset search, and help. Preset management help. You'll see these little helps everywhere throughout the app. So any kind of module that you load up, there's normally a little help section for it as well. If I tap on this LFO here, you'll see down the bottom there's a help, and it'll give you a breakdown of this module. So you understand what is everything going on inside of this module. That is sick. Really, really sick. On-demand help at your fingertips for each and every module. Bang, over here, tap, there's help for this. What is it? It's a MIDI source help. There we go. Key tracking, note on, note off, all the things you can do with this particular app. We come down over here. What's this all about? Hit help. It's a VA oscillator, right? Really, really good, especially for things like modular, because modular is not everyone's pick up and go. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Exactly. Good stuff. Let's quickly head over here to our settings. We've got tempo stuff. If you're loading it in a standalone, mess around with the tempo. Change your sample rate, standalone. You can choose your plugin, instrument types. Okay, here's where you grab your modules. Let's talk about them. So this one comes free. When you download this for free, you get all of this for free. This is what's inside. Amp envelope, arpeggiator, audio in and out, group, LFO, meter, so meters, MIDI group, MIDI in, MIDI out, MIDI to poly, notepad, overlap remover, poly to mono, relative pitch, stereo delay, transposer, VA filter, VA oscillator, and volume. If you can't make a fucking synth sound out of that, then you probably should take up woodwork. That's just how it goes, right? That's for free. And all those presets are going to work with this because virtually you can make anything you want just with this. You don't even have to pay a single dime. Second one, Collection 1 and 2. These were available in Mela 4. You've got balance, chord, chorus, compressor, control change, distortion, DS oscillator, envelope follower, envelope generator, flanger, glide, level, MIDI logger, MIDI source, noise, note echo, note length, note range, note stack, phaser, pitch bend, random. There's a whole heap of stuff, right? There, it's ridiculous how much stuff is. Even like a little strummer thing to make a strumming stuff. Hello, Denise. What's going on? You're ranting on Facebook as always. Denise is crazy. She's always on Facebook starting fights with people. Collection 2, 17 modules in here. Clipper, comb filter, DC blocker, degrader, EQ band, fixed pitch, FM operator, so you've got FM options, macro, MIDI capture, MIDI channel, oscilloscope, pitch oscilloscope, pitch ratio, rectifier, vibrato, voice activity, and VPS oscillator. A lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff you're probably not going to use either. This is what I'm saying. This is a la carte. You pick to your choice. Number 3, so this pack here, number 3, came out with Mela 5, all right? It's got all pass, audio to mod, band pass, correlation, digital delay, dual pan, Euclidean stuff in here as well, macro button, mid-side, multiply add, noise gate, note chance, note event, pitch follower, reverb, ring mod, simple LFO, stereo pan, and stereo tool. Let's close that one down. And with this current version, with all of these too, what's really ace is Nikolozi releases these with his latest update, and as the update goes forward, he normally is adding more to these. I remember when this first dropped, Collection 4 only had like seven modules in it or something, and now it's up to 15, right? And by the time the next one comes out, it's probably going to be up to like 17 or 18. I don't know. That's just from my usage of this app over the years, right? So in this current version of Mela 6.x, right, it has a crossover, delay, effect, feedback, gain computer, groove, MIDI delay, note hold, note pulse, note to pitch, phase distortion, quantizer stack, velocity to amp. So much stuff. Now, obviously, we're not going to get through all of this today, right? We're going to load a few of them up and give you a goosey gander at them and do some explanations of them, but it's going to be impossible to get through all of that stuff. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff. I keep adding, see? Even to old modules, see? Right? So you're going to wake up one day and there's something special for you for even old modules. Right, just lastly, in the little help section here, you can zoom in if you've got old tired eyes like me. Look, you can make it really big, yeah, or you can make it really small too. You can go down to 75%, so you've got a smaller view and you can see more on your screen. Hey, if you can do that, you do that. I'm just going to leave it at the standard. Plus, you can change the color. You can go crazy and make it like, oh my God, what's happened to my eyes? I can't see anything anymore. I'm blinded. Or go completely black, or do a combination of old versions. So the Mela 2 version, the Mela 1 colors, the Mela 4 onwards, or even if you're a super game, you can come in here and customize to your hearts. You can come in here with a theme designer, choose the control types, the colors. You can do whatever you want. That's up to you, right? You go bonkers. You do you. I'll just bring this back to whatever it was. We'll go with Mela 4. There you go. So the interface is there for you. You've got it underneath. There's a user guide, you've got tutorials, so there's video tutorials and FAC. Submit some feedback, so if you get a bug or something like that, you know the deal. Don't go to the App Store and leave a fucking shitty review. Click this button. submit feedback and send an email direct to Nikolozi. He's super engaged in his app, right? And he will like respond, and he wants to know what's going on if there's a problem so he can fix it. Don't go and leave a shitty review because he can fix these problems. Never do that with people's apps. Do you know what I'm saying? You can follow him on all the social medias and then leave a review. You know what I'm saying? Leave a nice review. It helps. It helps, right? So let's try and kick off, starting with a empty patch, and I'll show you how to kick things off, because this is the first step. A lot of people with modular synth, myself included, go, I don't know where to start. Where do I start? What do I do? How do I do this thing, right? My Marceline, hello to you. Let's go and hit a knit. So here is our original set here. So this works in lanes. You need to create a lane to kick off. And when you click add lane, you're presented with this little box here. Now, over the years of Mela, this has changed because obviously more things have been added, and Nikolozi is streamlining the app to hopefully be a little bit easier for you to work around and find your way around. You've even got things like you can start off just by clicking instrument down here, and it'll start off with the essentials to start making an instrument, like so. And you're probably going, what is that? What is that? Now, I remember even on the last iteration of Mela, it used to have this button up here that was like for poly. So you could come up here and click and decide if you wanted mono synth or you wanted a poly synth and have multiple voices. Now that's been turned into a module. So you actually have to load it as a module. Feisty Feather, what is happening? So what we can see here is the building blocks of a sound. MIDI in. You're always going to start with this module here, a MIDI in. I'm going to clear this out so you can see how we build from the beginning. Now, everything is module, right? So, Pete Johns, hello to you as well. Here we go. We're going to need to start off by loading a module. And signal routing these are very important here. So you've got audio processors, you've got MIDI processors, modulators, pitch processors, signal routers, utilities, and Mela labs, right? Which have things like gain computer, gain crossover, there's a reverb in here. But signal routing is really important. Why are these important? Because you've obviously got to have a MIDI in. It's got to accept keyboard. This is how modular synth works. With a lot of synth these days, right, you just load it up and your keyboard's connected and you go, right? Not with these. This modular is different. You need to select a MIDI in. And it also needs an audio out, right? It needs to be able to know that the audio has got to be processed and come out so you can hear it. So we're going to start with a MIDI in. And here is our MIDI in. It's got a little panic button. It allows you to choose the input. Next, I'm going to want to choose, is this going to be a poly synth or is this going to be is it going to be a mono synth? Where are we going to find that stuff? Are you going to help me find where we do it? Well, we're going to find this in Signal Router, right? Now you can just hover over these to find the one that you want, Signal Router, and we're going to want MIDI to poly. Remember, we've put in a MIDI channel, a little module to start. So we're going to need to come over here now. Here's our little our module here for MIDI to poly. And if it's set to one voice, then that means this is a mono synth. So it means if you hold down one key on your keyboard and hold down another key, the other key won't play unless you release the other key, right? It's a mono, only one key at a time. But you can choose poly, right? So I know for many of you, you may know this stuff and you're thinking, stop treating me like I'm an idiot, but not everybody understands this stuff, right? I'm going to choose two voices just for now. Obviously, we're going to need to have this come out as sound because now I can play the keyboard on this and I'm going to like connect my keyboard right now. It's already connected, but we're going to need sound out. So let's come over here to signal routing and we're going to choose audio out. Where are you? Audio out. So there are the building blocks. Now you see those three items there? How we just made those, MIDI in, MIDI to poly, and audio out. Well, as I showed you before, you can do that all in one go. Add lane, instrument, there it is. So Nikolozi's tried to put in these little shortcuts to help you get to the place faster. So right now we're ready to actually put in the next building block, right? Which is going to be obviously an oscillator. We need something to oscillate sound, a synthesizer. So that's what we're going to do. Now, with each of these, 3 dots are going to be your friend. You'll see 3 dots all over this. 3 dots here and 3 dots there. Here are 3 dots. There are 3 dots. Everywhere are 3 dots. You know what I'm saying? Baseline, what's going on? Good to see you. Now, with a lane has different options compared to a module, right? So they're slightly different. In our lane here, which you can close at any time. If I tap this little lane, it neatly closes everything up. So we're good to go and you can expand at any time. If I open this, I can insert a new lane, right? I can replace a lane. I can expand. I can duplicate a lane like this. And now we've got 2 lanes underneath. I can delete a lane. I can rename a lane. I can give them their own names. Each of these modules have 3 dots down the bottom as well. So we can say, what have we got? Insert, we can replace, same kind of thing. We can add things in. So here we go. If I hit plus, it's going to add something after the module. Now, if I want to put something in back here in between, in here, how do I do that? You've got to go backwards, right? So in here, I want to put in an oscillator. So I'm going to tap our audio out, and I want to put this oscillator between these 2 things. Now, you can pick these actually up and drag them around too, right? See, I'm just dragging this around. So you can actually move things around, but we want to go back. So if I tap these dots, it's going to say insert, and we're going to put in an oscillator. Oscillators can be found in your audio processor, and there's multiple oscillators. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Let's kill that, delete. Stop it. Insert audio processor, and we're going to be looking for a VA oscillator down the bottom, right? And there we have it. Now, it's not making any noise, but it is. It's making noise right now. It's making noise. You just can't hear it because I haven't turned up the volume. You ready? And that's all it's going to do. It's just going to sit there and make noise. Why is that? Double tap. We'll turn this volume down. Why is that? Because it has no way to control it. It's just giving us a solid noise. We need to be able to control this. So what I'm going to put in after this is, of course, an amp envelope. This is the setup you want to do pretty much every time you create. If you just want to create a simple synthesizer, this is it. You'll notice that has turned off now. It's not making any sound anymore. But now, if I play my keyboard, right? So what is this? What is this thing that I've put in here for those playing at home that not sure what's going on? You've been using synths your whole time. Well, to put it clearly, these things are in every synthesizer. This is an amp envelope. It's got your attack, decay, sustain, and release. Pretty standard stuff. If I lift the attack, we're going to create a pad. Right, if I bring that attack down, So here is the basic blocks of synthesis. Again, we can change the number of voices. We can turn this to 1, and now, as you see, it's a mono synth. Give it 4 voices. We've got a synth. We're ready to go. Let's talk about this oscillator here, because you can change this. You tap up here, you've got all these sine waves, square waves, all your typical, people, characters within the oscillator sphere. What am I talking about? You're triangle sawtooth, right? In the universe of a sawtooth. You've got stuff like ring. You got a ring over here, so you've got a sync dial. You've got phasing. So pretty easy to make a synth. Now, if it is hard for you to do something like this, remember you can just come in here now. You might not want to do this each and every time. You might like this little setup. Well, guess what you can do? Come over here and hit Save Preset and just call this, we'll call it Simple Oscillator, right? OSC. Hit Save. And that is saved forever. So when I come over here to my presets, tap user, there it is, my simple oscillator. Every single time I want to start off a project and I want to kick off with a simple oscillator, let's just show you that. We'll go to a knit patch, come over here, there's my simple oscillator, bang, there it is, we're good to go. I'm ready to add extra things from other modules. You can do things like this too. Remember, you want to add something behind, you use the module in front. So I might want to put in here, let's say we'll go to utilities, like a meter. How's that? So we've got a little meter in here now. Remember, everything is module. All the things that you would get in a full synthesizer, you're getting to add yourself and do all this kind of stuff. I might want to add an arpeggiator. So you just got to look at this. Where would I put this in this chain? Remember, we're running from left to right. So obviously, I'd probably want to put an arpeggiator maybe here, maybe back here. We could do that. Well, maybe we could put it in here. Let's just do it because we can move things around. A MIDI processor is an arpeggiator. So let's load that in here. And now we've got an arpeggiator if we want. Let's pick it up. I think we could put it in there. There we go. See, I put it in the wrong place, didn't I? But this is what you can do. So now this arpeggiator, we've got MIDI keyboard in, going into the arpeggiator, and then going into our voices, our MIDI to poly, and then going into our oscillator. So now when I hold down some keys, Right, good stuff. And the arpeggiator's got like up and down modes, random modes, even a chord mode. You can change the timing of it, of course. We can do like faster, slower. You've got your sync. Let's just come in here and do an up and down. You can change the octave range if you want, right? Now, any of these can be collapsed too. Just say you've set your arpeggiator and you go, well, I don't want to look at that anymore. That's done. I don't want to look at poly. Just tap on the little bars here and it will shrink everything down so you're able to get on and have more room over here or even create another lane. You can do that as well too. Let's say throw in something before this meter here. Maybe we could go insert a, what else do we have? Hey, come over here. We'll do audio processor. What do we have? Volume. Let's add a volume in here. So now we've got an extra volume going on here that we can control with some gain. And maybe I want to put in like a reverb. Why not? Let's go over here, hit insert, go down to our Meta Lab, and there's a reverb down here. And now, I might even want to say, well, what about some FM synthesis? Let's close this amp envelope and this reverb. We don't need to, it's a reverb. It's got all the standard stuff you can get going. You've got, your room size. We can add some room. Some decay. You've got all the stuff that you would find in a reverb. But I want to clear that out and so I can see what's going on here. Well, you could even come over here to our oscillator. What else do we have with an audio processor? We got anything, there's a digital delay, or what about an FM operator? Right? FM synthesis, add a touch. You want to get rid of this? Get rid of it. See you later. Goodbye. What about things like I put FM after VA? See, that would be smarter. See, this is the thing. You got to move this stuff around. There we go. Thankfully, we've got the developer here because I know nothing. Where are you? FM operator. Let's try that. Oh, man. See, I hit the wrong one. I'm trying to do it with my fingers. Fingers suck. I'm so used to a mouse these days. Where are you? FM. You got to give it level, right? Now, you notice what's going on here? I'm playing the keyboard, no sound. It's got a level here as well. Always look for a level if you're not getting any sound. Another cool thing you can do, right? So see this volume here? I would like to have a quick place to go to turn this volume up. If you hold down on anything, see where it says volume? If I hold down over here, you'll get this little pop-up box. And I can add this to a performance slot. So I'm going to assign this to slot 1, and look what it does. It creates a little performance slot up here. I might want to change the change up here. I might change the level or even just the sync. If I tap on here, I can add this to assign slot 2, and you can start building up here your little performance dials. So see how I'm controlling this up here? Because I might want to close all these out and just have performance slots, right? See what I'm saying? And of course, see, like what Nikolozi says here, if you put a pitch ratio in front of the FM oscillator, let's do it. Let's find a pitch ratio. Where are we? We're looking for P, and I don't know where everything is either. So pitch ratio. Here we have a pitch ratio for interesting results. And again, if you get lost, look, what is it? What's going on here? Let's hit help. Of course we can do this. Pitch ratio module modifies the pitch signal by multiplying it by a ratio of 2 integers. It is especially useful for RM and FM synthesis. Okay, see, right? We can come in and change these fractions. And yes, this is available on, so if you buy this, it's going to work on your Mac, it's going to work on iPhone, it's going to work on your iPad and all of that. But we can also come down and create a brand new lane. Right? Can we? Of course we can. Let's find a module down here, maybe something like a modulator, right? Or an LFO. We can do an envelope generator. And now we've got an envelope generator down here, but it's not connected to anything. And we can do that, right? So with our modulator, this is an envelope. We've got targets down here, so we could send this somewhere. We could send this to anything you have open up here. We can send this to. So I could come to the oscillator and send this to the what do we send it to? The sync, right? And now this will send out to the sync. You've got to turn it up though, like anything, right? You've got to activate it yourself. So if we turn this up, am I going in the right place? I am going in the right place. Via sync. Now, do I have to have it? I do have to have something at the. What have I done wrong, folks? Watch. You need to have a MIDI in at the start of this because it's got to be able to understand that it's got keyboard coming into it, right? It's got MIDI coming in. So we're going to go down to our signal router, put a MIDI in at the front. And now this, our envelope is affecting the sync here, right? And we can... And you can see that now every time I press the key, it is affecting the sync over here. And these can go to multiple places, right? We can send this to somewhere else. We can send it to the reverb if we want. We can send it to the FM operator and send it to maybe the feedback. So now turn this up. And not only can you turn this up, right, to 100, you can actually go in reverse. So now this is affecting the feedback over here. Now, at any time, I can replace this, right? I can replace this oscillator. I might want to, say, put in we got like a noise oscillator, yeah? DS oscillator, we got we got noise. We can add noise. We can add so many different things in here. We've got EQ. It's pretty ridiculous, the amount of things we can add in here. Where are we? We want to come back over here to... We can just add noise in here as well too, right? So you've got so many things you can add. Let's close this out. We can add down here if we want, say, a LFO, right? Let's come in here and look for modulator. We got an LFO. Here's our LFO. We can send this wherever we want. We can send this to the phase over here, the ring, just for an example. Targets. Come over here, set this out to our oscillator. And we'll send it to the ring, turn it up, and now you can see our ring is modulating. All your standard controls for modulation over here, offset, the sine wave, triangle, the sync, how fast it is, right? All that standard kind of stuff. Now, I'm just going to show you something else here. So let's just... Of course, look, we've only got 12 minutes. There's so much crazy shit, right? So much stuff that I'm never going to get through today. If I load up, you can actually load this as you can load Mela in here as a MIDI, Mela. So you can load it as a MIDI processor as well and do fancy stuff. You can actually run it as a processor in here, but just for now, I'm just going to load like a chord, right? Just a chord bud. And then we can send this out to Mela, to number 1. Choose some chords quickly. And it's using the arpeggiator. Right, you can use scalar or whatever you want. So many different options to do this. Also, just another little thing here. At the end of our, let's come over here. At the end, we've got our audio out. So this is our audio out. I can also put here something like a signal router and put a MIDI out. And if we go over here, this is now sending data out wherever I want to send it to. So we could come over here and say, right, let's create a new instrument. Let's create, we'll find something quickly. We'll say just Mariana, right? So just this little bass sound. Once Mariana's loaded, there we go. And now we want to send out, because this is output 1, we want to send this to Mariana. So it's working as a MIDI processor as well now, because it's sending out this MIDI to another completely another instrument. And then we can come in here and say, turn down the volume of the actual oscillator. So we're not hearing, you can hear both of them right now, right? You hit play. Now, there's so many crazy modules in here. For an example, I had, what did we have before? We had Hammerhead lined up. I'll do the same. We'll just load up Hammerhead in here just for some drums, because you can create a new lane down here and use something like, I don't know, let's find a MIDI processor. There's note pulses, so you can choose something like a note pulse, Let's just choose that. So this is I think this is one of the new ones in here. And of course we want to send this out. So we've got a note pulse. This is going to generate a pulse. When I hit play, you can see this little light flashing, right? We've got a little light flashing down here. And I want to send this out now to those drums. So I'm going to need to add, of course, a MIDI out. Where are we? MIDI out. And this is going to go to number 2. So let's do that from here. We're going to send output 2 into Hammerhead. Come over here to Hammerhead and make sure this isn't playing. We'll just load a preset, just whatever, that preset. Make sure it's not playing. And now what I'm going to need to do is come in and find the note for a kick. So let's just silence. Let's just play. Which I think over here, let me get out the way. We've got our notes. Oh, I'll tell you what I haven't done. I'm sending this out to the wrong one. To number 2. There's our hi-hat. Right? It's ridiculous. There's just... It's so overwhelming how many things there are. Let's just come over here and come to our modules. I saw you write Euclidean. You've got note pulses, note holds. You've got things that will send a double note out. It's crazy. It's what else have we got in here? Can I send can I add a Euclidean thing in here? Will that make a difference? It's so good. It's so good. There's so many things you can do. We've got a MIDI processor here. Here's a Euclidean. I don't know. So this sends pulses out as well too, right? So you can send accents on this. See how that's changed? See how that's changed the and we can change pulses here. We can change the accents as well. We can rotate these, change the number of steps, try replacing with a note event. Where's note? Let's just go in here and find replace. I'm just going to put one in. Man, I don't have enough time to do everything. It's so crazy, but note event. All right, so yeah, you can choose. Here we go. Let's kill this one. So you can choose a note event in here, a C note, and send this. It's too much. Let's see if I can find the note for what's going into the drum. Is it that? Am I doing the right thing? Ah, see, I've got all lost now. Note event holds down the note. Oh, yeah, so you can see C3. There we go. Right? So now we can do Euclidean patterns. And you could just duplicate this now, right? Do a duplicate. And then change the note. Where are we? G1. We want to go to like a out 2. You've just got to find the right note of the where we're sending this to, right? To the oh, I've got to send this out as well. So we're going to send this out. We're going 2. Yeah, you need to toggle on and off. That's what I did before. There we go. Right. Let's bring the others in. And if you want to turn these off, but there's so many ways to trigger things. It's ridiculous. There's so many alternative ways. You can create sequences in here. I mean, we haven't even added an effect to this. So you can come in here quickly and just go Mela. And now you've got access to all the effects in here as well too, right? So you see it's a little bit different. We can come into here. And we get a MIDI effects, audio effects. All right, so we've got a phaser now. So you can completely build effects racks in here, and generate no sound. Here's a tremolo, a pan tremolo, a chorus reverb. And look, one of the best ways to get to understand this stuff is to know the basics, right? What we've shown you today about just creating a simple oscillator. Come in and look at the effects. Look at how they're made. Expand them. See the order of them, because that is your best way to understand how these things work, how they're in order, how they have additional lanes. You can even connect, say out here, you can connect the laneway. Say we can go over here to a signal router and send like a MIDI out, right? And not only can you send MIDI out to for outputs, you can send them to buses as well. So I could say bus 1, create a brand new lane over here and put a MIDI in and have this be bus 1. So everything that's coming out of here is going into this new lane, and you can continue on with a new lane over here, right? Grooves, Euclideans, MIDI channels, note chances. Look at this. Note chances, so you can turn up chances. I mean, if you can think about it, it's in here. Pitch followers, simple LFOs, random routers, just even stuff like a little notepad, MIDI capture, metering, and just an oscilloscope. You've got an oscilloscope just to go, right? It's bonkers. It really is a fantastic app. Now, I'm just going to be honest. The thing is, so you've got your whole lot of, let's play this again. Trigger our notes with our horrible drums. Right? You're probably going to just use the patches in here. For myself, even what I use them for is just to learn how to make things. That is pretty much what I use these for, just to understand. All right, so this is a bass sound. What's going on? And you can see again from the beginning, MIDI in. We've got our mono. We've got a MIDI source, which has a whole lot of options within this as well. So like key tracking and poly aftertouch. It's it's a great app. And here's the deal, right? If you invest in this app, I've been doing this show for a long, long time. Nikolozi, you can see his passion here in the chat. He loves this thing. He does want to, and he updates it continuously and cares about what people think of it, all right? So if you're investing in this, this isn't some vaporware that's just going to disappear. He's been invested in this a really long time, and you're supporting a great developer who, cares a lot. And that's important, right? Because we hate stuff that disappears after a period of time. So it's free to download. Go and grab it, mess about with it, make some patches, and then if you like what you see, grab some of the additional stuff and start building some great music. These apps are here to help you make great music. Don't just buy it and not use it, my friends. Coming up next is this guy, Thomas Christ. He's right here. He's playing your most rockin' music like he does each and every week. And I'll bounce you over there straight after this. Thank you, Nikolozi, for being here. Thank you all for watching. And do all the things that make you happy, yeah? Just be kind and don't be a dick. All right, let's see you later.